Howard and St. Charles in the middle of all the people and the food and the activity, Margaret.
Okay, guess who I ran into right here at Lee Circle?
Margaret Orr.
I mean, and she brought her weather map.
Hey, happy Mardi Gras.
Okay, so what's the weather today?
The weather today is all sun for Mardi Gras.
That is perfection. But wait, y'all, I want you to notice the red dress with the bell sleeves, the black boots, and matching Fitbits. How many steps?
4,100 right now, but we'll have at least 30,000 before the day's over.
And I've had 58. I bet you will. So why did you decide to go as me?
Because you're such an iconic New Orleans character, and I wanted to have that same experience as you do on Mardi Gras.
And is this natural?
It is, all natural.
I can tell. I can tell. Would you please verify that I don't wear a wig?
Margaret Orr does not wear a wig. But Gigi Mahoney's helped me out.
Oh, I know. And where did you get the red dress?
Red dress is compliments of Macy's.
That is fabulous. So thank you. I feel like I've made the big time now. Somebody's gone as me for Mardi Gras. So what's your real name?
My name's Melissa Harkins.
And you are?
I'm Greg.
And thank you for going as me, and thank you for going as the weather map.
And thank you.
Okay, y'all have
Happy
fun.
Mardi Gras.
Happy Mardi Gras. Oh, I feel so good. Thank you. Okay, I just had to show you that I've made the big time. I've been on a float. Somebody's gone as me as Mardi Gras. They got it all right. The red dress, the bell sleeves, and also the black boots down to the Fitbit. Bye, Melissa. See you later. We're going to be passing a good time.
All right, Margaret Orr on Howard and St. Charles, where she is making lots of friends, and momentum is building, excitement building this morning as the day progresses. So great time, sun is out, we're all having fun. As you can hear, YMCA jamming behind us and lots of people dancing. So it's just a great time today.
Yeah, let's go see about the great time that Jennifer Crockett is having along the Zulu Ride Uptown right now. Jen?
Scott, well, yeah, we're here on the corner of Jackson and South Claiborne, and we just saw float number 14 passes of about 42 happening right now. The St. Paul School out of Covington, they have their gorgeous dancers here. We have some people behind them. They haven't started playing yet, but this is one of the bands that makes it every year to Zulu, and they always turn it up. Now, as you can see, we've got the NOPD out here too. I'm pretty far away. Let me set the scene for you. You got the Superdome behind me. You have revelers all around me, and in the crowd, we have Shantae, and she is here so excited about Zulu. Happy Mardi Gras.
Hi, Shantae Johnson.
And how are you having a good time?
Yes, I am. I really am.
And I've seen you had some nice moves going earlier.
Yes, I'm a dancer.
You're a dancer. Show us some of your moves. All right, and those earned you some beautiful beads.
Yes, it is.
So, what do you love about Mardi Gras?
Because Mardi Gras is very special and very beautiful. It's about our culture.
Yes.
And love and Jesus. And these beads, really special beads. And I wrote for LaToya.
We saw Mayor-elect LaToya Cantrell earlier. We're going to listen to the band as we send it back to you.
All right, Jennifer Crockett. Now we're back here live outside Gallier Hall with Pete Fountain's Half Fast Walking Club making its way behind us. 58 years parading. Of course, Pete Fountain passed away in 2016, and they keep on rolling in his honor.
Whoa, almost caught a beat right here, all the way up here. Throw
Pete
me
Fountain's
something,
Half Fast Walking
Whoa.
Club. Much more ahead on WDSU's Carnival Central 2018 coverage after a quick break. Stay with us.
WDSU's live coverage of Mardi Gras 2018 is brought to you by your local New Orleans Volkswagen dealers. Rouse's. We sell more seafood than anyone else on the Gulf Coast. The King Firm. Injured? Ring the King. Contour from Cox. Get right to the good stuff. Party City. Oh, it's on. Rhino Shield. Never paint your home or business again. Jim Hall and Associates. Injured? Call Hall, the personal injury lawyers. And the WDSU Parade Tracker, tracking all your favorite parades throughout 2018.
Live Mardi Gras 2018. This is WDSU's day-long coverage. Thanks for joining us. Mr. Big Shot in Zulu right now as we take a look uptown. Then we zip right back down here through the magic of TV to in front of Gallier Hall, where Pete Fountain's Half-Fast Walking Club just passed us by, and Zulu is on the approach. It won't be long now.
And we also have Jay Banks joining us this morning on a very, very exciting time here. Thank you so much for joining us today.
This is a very exciting time. Let me tell you, the witch doctor outdid himself. The weather is absolutely spectacular. And kudos to Kevin Guidry for doing a simply splendid job. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
We can confirm once again that we have sunshine.
We can confirm sunshine.
It's been hit or miss, but now it looks like the skies have cleared, and it's going to be pretty consistent, I think.
I think we're going to be good.
And if you're lucky, you can catch a whole bunch of beads out here at Gallier Hall. My goodness.
Let's take a look over at Howard and St. Charles right now, where Chief Meteorologist Margaret Orridge, you can see more of Zulu making its way this way. Heads up.
They're throwing it to Jay.
No.
Jay, tell me about Zulu this year. I know there's always a new twist, a new turn somewhere along the way. What is different this year as you get this big pack of beads?
What's different this year is the same as it is every year. Zulu is committed to putting on the absolute best show ever. And what's different is that this one was better than last year. the idea of having Mardi Gras for us is real, and we're getting bombarded with beads from the half-fast
I think it's because you're here, Jay.
Those are some friends of mine.
You just saved my life.
Thank you. Send me a check in the mail. Okay.
And Jay, last year, the theme was Stop the Violence. So this year, talk about the theme and just the...
Well, we are saluting the tricentennial. We have been here for more than 100 years as a part of this New Orleans journey, and we are very, very excited to be able to salute New Orleans in this 300th and to play a major role in it. So that is what the parade is dedicated to this year. Last year was violence, and we make our themes conducive to something that's happening in the city, happening in the world. And last year, Stop the Violence, we could have done that one again. We could probably do that one every year until we get this stuff fixed. But the Tricentennial of New Orleans is a major, major accomplishment, and we wanted to be a part of it.
Very significant this year as we celebrate Mardi Gras 2018 for our Tricentennial. I think even for the Rex Parade, they're talking about the history and the culture of New Orleans and just bringing it alive and letting it come alive through these parades. So talk about the floats that will be represented in the Zulu
Well, let me tell you,
parade.
this culture is unique in the world. There is nowhere else that has this eclectic mix of all of these cultures that made New Orleans what it is. And when you look at the history of New Orleans, the blending of the French and the Spanish and the African and the Native American, we have a very, very special and unique gift here. And everybody who is lucky enough to live in New Orleans, you should feel blessed. And those of you who visit New Orleans, once you get in New Orleans is going to get in you, and you're going to want to come back. And that is unique to any place else in the world.
That's right. Well, I was telling Scott earlier, because we were talking about how great it must be to be mayor of New Orleans, because we have a really unique culture, but you get to celebrate Fat Tuesday. And I was in Seattle last year. It was so boring, because Fat Tuesday, we didn't have a parade like this.
No,
so,
ma'am.
So
everywhere else in the world is just Tuesday. But today in New Orleans, it is Mardi Gras. We join the rest of the world to celebrate with us. And I know that this is being live streamed over the web, so those people that are sitting at their desk in Seattle and other places, just know how much fun we're having here, and y'all come on join us next year.
Yeah, that's stuck at work, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, that sucks, man. You ought to be out here.
We're getting paid to be here today.
We're getting paid to be here.
Good.
And this is, again, a very, very special thing that most folks don't realize, that all of these organizations, this is not funded through government subsidies. It's not funded through any foundations. The citizens of New Orleans put these parades on, and they spend their own money to buy the, I mean, look at all this stuff we got. I mean, somebody paid for this, and they paid for it out of pocket, and this is just a gift from New Orleanians to the rest of the world, and it's very, very, very special.
Well, Jay, we talked about a new mayor coming into New Orleans and how exciting this is for that person. Now, you've got a little bit more of a vested interest in the city as a council person elect as well. How does this feel now, being at this point at Zulu with what you have ahead?
Look, man, let me tell you.
This is going to be a different year for you, 2018.
This is going to be a different year for me for sure. Now, my councilmatic election was not easy, but I promise you, getting to be King Zulu wasn't easy either. So at the end of the day, though, I'm very, very, very excited about the direction and the future of this city. I think we've got a fantastic mayor. I think we got a wonderful mix on the city council. This historic time of being there with the first female mayor and being there with a first Asian American who's on the council, I think that this is a very, very good time in New Orleans. And I think that we are poised to do some very good things. So those of you who left, I promise you, you're going to want to come back, because we're going to make this city a whole lot better than what it is, and I'm very proud to be a part of it.
King Zulu, City Council, anything else to check off your list?
Well, Zulu president may be coming one day, but let's wait to announce that one.
We'll stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
So is it different, participating in Mardi Gras this year as a leader of the city?
Well, let me tell you, it is a bit different. I got the honor to narrate the Babylon Parade the other night, which was truly, truly fun. I was on the city council staff for 16 years and got to come to Gallier Hall as a staff person. But let me tell you, it's a lot different standing in that booth at the mic than it was as a staff person. So we have had fun. My family is over there. They are just loving this because they're all in the booth at Gallier. Jared Brissett is waving at me now to throw these beads to him. But this is, it is truly different. And but I'm very blessed and very fortunate and very glad that we're here. We got a lot of work to do, but I think we're up to the challenge, and we're going to make some good things happen.
Yeah. What are some of your goals?
We've got to make sure that New Orleans stays open and accessible for everybody. We welcome all of the new Orleanians, but we've also got to make sure that the folks that have been here for generations are able to stay here. And that is critical to this fabric that we have. This is a gumbo, it's a quilt, it's a mix of very, very, very special entities that would not be what it is if any one of those things weren't there. Now, you know, when you make your gumbo, if you ain't got the crab, it don't taste right. You know, if you ain't got the shrimp, it don't taste right. Everybody who's here now that makes this place so special got to be here to keep this gumbo as flavorful and as excellent as it is.
Keep the gumbo good.
Keep the gumbo good, man. So that, you know what? I'm going to use that.
Keep the gumbo good.
I'm going to use that.
You can use that.
And all the diversity, right? The diversity that
and
makes
that's
this place
what makes us so special. And again, when you look back at the history of New Orleans, many of the things that took place in other places didn't happen here because of this commingling that we had from day one. And this culture is based on the fact that the French and the Spanish and the Indians and the Africans who came in as slaves, and then they even some that I'm reading a book now that even talked about some free Africans that came. So this whole eclectic mix that we have is special, and I'm gonna tell you, we want it to stay just the way it is.
While progressing forward, I think that's kind of awesome about this tricentennial is that, preserving the history and the rich culture of our city while progressing the balance of that, right? The new and the old.
The new and the old have to be balanced. We welcome all of the new, but we cannot forget from where we come.
That's right.
Where
Preserve
we came from is a wonderful place, y'all. And look, I guarantee you, if we called any one of our friends in any other city around the world and ask them, would y'all rather be there now or here now? They're going to tell you they want to be here. Yeah. And that's because of this mix that we have.
Let's get into the history of Zulu a little bit and just the beginnings and where it's come from and where it is today. Because we have new people coming in all the time and people who are new to this experience and maybe new to Zulu this year.
Well, let me give you the Cliff Notes version. Back in 1909, a group of friends who were part of a benevolent society went to see a movie, There Never Will Be a King Like Me, at the Pythian Theater, which is over on what is now Simon Bolivar and Perdido. And when they left that movie, they decided that they were going to form this club called Zulu. Now, those gentlemen were they were in a club called the Tramps. And they came out and they formed Zulu. And in 1916, Zulu was incorporated. And there has been a lot of chatter and noise about the fact that Zulu wears blackface. Well, just let me give you the real history of what that is. Back in 1909 and in 1916, Jim Crow laws prohibited people of color from wearing masks. Blacks and Indians could not participate in Mardi Gras wearing masks due to the law. Now, blackface was not considered a mask. Now, fast forward to the 70s when the city council put in an ordinance that every carnival crew must wear a mask. Zulu went to court to sue to get an exemption. The bottom line being, when we wanted to wear masks, you all wouldn't let us.
Right.
And we are now the only crew in New Orleans that does not wear masks. It has nothing to do with minstrels. It has nothing to do with mockery of Rex. It has nothing to do with any of that. The fact of the matter is you play the cards you dealt. And we were not allowed to do it. And then when we were asked to do it, we said, no, you wanted us to do this, we're going to keep doing it. That's the issue with the blackface. Back then, when the first king was crowned, his crown was a lard can. Not to mock anybody, but it was a lard can because, again, you play the cards you dealt.
Right.
And that's what we had access to. Our members were not wealthy people. They were not bastions of industry. They were working families, working men, and that's what we had to do. And since then, we pride ourselves on being every man's club. We represent every socio-economic strata there is. We've got everybody from elected officials to people that drive cabs to people that don't even work. We've got an eclectic mix of rich and poor, black and white, and we are the only old line crew that has never been segregated. We've got white members, we've got Jewish members, we've got, name something.
I was going to say, a lot of people may not realize how many white members
I'm telling you, man, we are the most diverse old line crew there is. And I'm not sure about the numbers on some of the newer crews, but nobody that goes back to our founding had the kind of racial mix that we had. From the beginning, we have never been segregated. It is a wonderful thing. And then the best part about this stuff is you guys cover all of this fun stuff, but Zulu operates year-round with our mentoring programs, with our senior citizen activities, with our help in community. If somebody needs to get some manpower or labor to paint a school or to clean out a lot or anything that you need labor for, we provide volunteers to do that. It is a wonderful, wonderful thing to be of service to this community. Yeah. And in Zulu, the name of Zulu is social aid and pleasure. The social aid is just as real as the pleasure.
Right.
And I love that.
And the parade for Zulu and for Rex is the peak and the most visible moment, but like you said, so much goes on behind the scenes with these two organizations and so many other organizations throughout the area that really dive deep into the community and do so many things that aren't talked about on a daily basis. Much more than just coconuts.
It is much more than coconuts.
You can use that too. It's much more than coconuts.
Let me tell you, it's much more than coconuts. I like that too. I'm going to use that one. The bottom line, though, is that the coconuts are fun, and we would not change that. but I assure you that we would never change 1 ounce of what we do. We have the biggest Toys for Tots in the region. We've been honored by the military with doing that. The senior citizens, the mentoring program, all of the stuff that we do year-round, man, it makes a big difference in people's lives, and that's the fun for us. This stuff is fun for y'all, but the fun for us comes in serving this community.
It's fun for the entire city as well. But what about being Zulu King? That's quite an honor. How do you elect the Zulu King?
Sula, let me tell you, at the end of the day, that is probably, other than, I don't know very many things that I've enjoyed more than that. That was an absolute dream. And from the time it started until now, it is still magical.
Let's continue the Zulu King conversation after a quick break. We have to take a quick break. We're going to come right back with WDSU's Carnival Central 2018 coverage. Zulu is on the move. We're joined by Jay Banks up here in the booth. Much more when we return.
All right, welcome back to Mardi Gras 2018 here in New Orleans. You're watching WDSU. Stella Kim along with Scott Walker, and J.H. Banks is joining us right now too. And you're looking live at the Zulu Parade, where the fun is just getting started, folks. And the weather absolutely gorgeous, and people are having a wonderful time.
Look at the people from that vantage point, and then back here at Gallier Hall, the Mondo Cayo in front of us right now, and they're jammed in between the bleachers here on St. Charles Avenue.
It's tropical for this group here on a sunny, nice day here at Fast Tuesday.
All of a sudden in the past 30 minutes, this day warmed up and got noticeably better. That chill that was in the air is gone. It's dry, it's sunny, and I think the sun is here to stay for a while. We were looking for overcast skies earlier, but there are very few clouds up there, and the sun is punching through nicely.
So thankful that it is dry and conditions are not wet.
Never doubt the witch doctor.
That's right.
That's right.
Never doubt the witch doctor.
Never doubt the witch doctor. He said it was going to be all good, and he told the truth.
So before we went to break, Jay, we were talking about Zulu king and how this happens and how you become the Zulu king, the process.
The process is an election, and it will start for the next king as soon as the reigning king, Brent Washington, steps off of the float. Now, Zulu tradition says that there is no campaigning, but once his feet hit the ground on Broad Street, then the campaign officially starts. And let me tell you, man, I just ran through a very, very, very difficult city council race, but that ain't a walk in the park compared to a Zulu election. So,
yeah, what's easier?
Let me tell you,
running for council?
City council was easier than running for King Zulu, believe that. It might have been a little bit more expensive to run for city council, but it certainly was not easier.
So there is a lot of behind-the-scenes action that goes on in the Zulu realm when you're trying to be king.
It is a lot.
A lot of backdoor deals.
And let me tell you, the king is the epitome. You don't get higher than the king. So you've got to have your ducks lined up. You've got to have a lot of skin in the game. You've got to have had made significant contributions to the organization and to the community. And once you get that stuff, you're halfway down the journey. And then you've got to convince the membership to vote for you. And we're all friends. That's what makes it so difficult in Zulu election. All of us are one. So you got to run against somebody who you genuinely like, and it gets heated sometimes, but then once it's over, it's over, and we are all one, and I'm going to tell you, I would not have traded that for the world. That was an honor that is absolutely indescribable.
And then if you don't get it, there's always next year.
There's always next year, and people run. I ran 4 times before I won. So at the end of the day, you keep doing it if you want it until you get it. And again, it is better to be, they were teasing me the other day telling me I'm a has-been. Well, let me tell you, it is far better to be a has-been than to be a never was. So with that, I will take has-been.
And a city council member now as well. But talk about just the year-round work you do as Zulu King, too. You speak at schools.
It is year-round. Now, let me tell you, we started from day one. Once you get elected, then the community outreach starts. And we go to schools and we talk about the history of Zulu. We talk about community service. We talk about how important it is to be a citizen that participates in this community. And that is one of the most fun things about it. You get to go into these schools and talk to young people. So you're creating the next generation of community servants. And it is a very, very, very important thing to do. And literally, one of my best memories, and if you look on my Facebook page, you'll see it. I reposted it. When we got off the float as king, we went to 2 senior citizens facilities. We went up to Chateau de Notre Dame, and we went to La Fawn. That to me was the funnest part of the day, to bring joy to those people that could not come out in the weather and on the street. But this is a year-round thing, bringing joy and happiness, and people really embrace Zulu. Zulu is not just for the members. This community owns Zulu. And I'm gonna tell you, everywhere you go as the king, you're embraced. One of the craziest things that happened, I was in the line at the grocery store, at Chapatulas and Napoleon, standing in line, and this lady who I did not know turned around and said, "You're the king." And I said, "Yes, ma'am, how are you?" She said, "I'm fine," and I don't remember her name, but she said, "No, you go." I said, "Ma'am, I'm going in front of you." She said, "Oh, no, I can't go in front of the king." I said, "No, ma'am, you're going." The lady insisted to get out of the line and let me check out first. This community has a kinship with us that is unique to us, and I'm very, very, very proud of that. And the king just perpetuates that and makes it grow.
Partly because of all your civic duties and your
I think that all
volunteer
ties into it. I
efforts
think
and
it is
service
all
work.
dovetailed together, yes.
And that's why it's so important, and also important to inspire these young men for the
Yes,
future
ma'am.
generations. And do you think that's part of your, maybe one of your favorite parts is mentoring?
Oh, no
younger
question. And the mentoring, our mentoring program is not a Zulu farm team. It's not trying to create new Zulus. It's trying to create young men who have a sense of community, a sense of commitment, whether they ever join Zulu or not. We want to give them a foundation in the background so that when they move forward in their lives, whatever path they take, they're standing on a solid foundation, and that's what it's about.
Awesome. Yeah.
Now, it's about all that and fun, too.
Oh, we have some fun. Now, let me tell you.
We don't want to overlook the fun aspect of today.
Well, I have often said that, well, better yet, I better not say that on there. I'll tell you when I get off there, you can say it.
Well, tell me about, since you've been king, what the day is like, start to finish.
Start to finish.
How long and exhausting is this day?
It's not exhausting. I tell you, it can last another 48 hours. You wouldn't know it.
Are you running on adrenaline all day?
You're running on adrenaline all day. When you're the king, the morning begins probably about 5 o'clock when you get up to get dressed. When you leave the hotel, it is one of the most spectacular things you'll ever see. The Soulful Warriors, who are the guardians to the king, They greet you downstairs, and they do this procession that you only get to see if you're the king or if you happen to be somebody high up in carnival activities that is there. I didn't even know it existed until I got to be the king. You get into your limo, you get to the parade. We have riders that go over there to load the floats at 2 o'clock in the morning. Well, when you're king, you really don't have to do that. You just got to show up. You get there about 7:30 and get on, and you're good to go. But it's all day. And let me tell you, you do not get tired until Wednesday.
You wake up Wednesday, though, and you feel like probably you got a ton of bricks in your bag.
Wednesday, but all day Tuesday, none of that matters.
The pain isn't felt until
you don't feel it until Wednesday.
What do you think about all the tourists who are out here? My goodness, this is so good for our economy.
Look, let me tell you, most people don't realize that sometimes people bash the tourism industry for being low wage and not being a real contributor to the community. But the fact is that 60% of the city's budget is generated through tourism dollars, either through property taxes by these tourism entities or through the money that the tourists spend. We are elated that they're here and want more of them to come. Every time I meet somebody, I ask them to please tell your friends, come back. We need all of the tax dollars that they generate to come. I would love for this to be a place where we had major factories, or we had some big tech industry, or I'm excited about the future of the biomedical and the new tech stuff that's coming, but that's not here today. What's here today is this magic that we have, which is this culture, and we got to do all we can to sell it and perpetuate it. And right now, I'm glad these folks are here, and I'm thinking they're all going to go back and tell all their friends what a fabulous time they had, then come back and spend some more.
And they'll be back next year, hopefully with more friends.
Hopefully they'll be back next year, indeed.
And I wish a lot of people could see, a lot of people from out of town who maybe consider coming here and don't for whatever reason, could see what we see on a daily basis or a yearly basis on Fat Tuesday, because you hear so many people talk about their perception of Mardi Gras, and it might be Bourbon Street.
There are two different Mardi Gras.
It might be nudity and everything else, but we are family friendly.
I've had this conversation too many times to count. This Mardi Gras is all our families. This is what we do. Now, that drunken debauchery that takes place in the quarter, that's a whole different thing. And people that are from various places, and I won't name any particular city, but just use Tulsa as an example. They come here because they can be anonymous and do all that craziness in the quarter and bring that back. But that's not Mardi Gras for us. Mardi Gras for us is these family celebrations. They are families that are still in the same spots that they've been celebrating Mardi Gras for generations. And that does not change for us. This is a family celebration, and that's the part that I like to tell people. All of that stuff in the quarter, how many locals do you all know that go to the quarter?
None.
Very few, okay? Either you're working down there or you got to be there, but local New Orleanians don't hang out in the quarter for Mardi Gras.
And I think that's the message the city obviously tries to get out on a yearly basis, that this is a family-friendly Mardi Gras, contrary to some of the perception out there.
Right.
And if you're watching online right now, anywhere in the U.S. or anywhere in the world, this is a great family event.
Yeah, we're watching Mayor Mitch Landrieu passing by us right here.
Police Superintendent Michael Harrison to his right. His last approach on horseback to Gallier Hall as Mayor of New Orleans.
Hello, First Lady, you look beautiful. My daughter Gracie and my son Matt. We want to welcome everybody to the Mardi Gras for our tricentennial, our 300th anniversary in the greatest city in the world. Y'all just need to remember, everywhere else in the world is just Tuesday. Archbishop, it's nice to see you. It's nice to see everybody here. We want to raise a glass to the people of the city of New Orleans on our 300th anniversary. One of the great cities in the world where diversity is a strength, not a weakness, where we all come together as one people to do things that nobody thought we ever could do. From Katrina to Rita to Ike to Gustav, national recession, BP spill, we had it, and we came back, and now we're better than ever. So everybody this morning say, Hail Mardi Gras! I'm going to give it to the Chief of Police, who's going to thank all of our folks for helping us out, all of our law enforcement and first responders. Please help me welcome Chief Harrison.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning, First Lady. Good morning, Archbishop. Good morning to all of you, and happy Mardi Gras. I want to thank all of the first responders and law enforcement agencies that came to help us. We have state police, we have sheriff's departments and other police departments all over the city right now, especially downtown. I want to say a special thank you, because all of us are working to make sure you're safe and you have the best possible Mardi Gras. So once again, happy Mardi Gras.
All right, you guys, y'all have a great parade. Zulu's right behind us. Thank you so much.
Mayor Mitch Landrieu, Police Superintendent Michael Harrison, as they Mitch Landrieu makes his final approach to Gallier Hall on horseback and continues on for a little while longer before he doubles back here and takes his place at the reviewing stand here at Gallier Hall.
With Chief Michael Harrison talking about safety, and NOPD always doing such a great job during Mardi Gras. And Jay, crime, a big issue. Shout out first of all to our men and women in uniform. They do a wonderful job, but crime is a big issue you guys are going to have to tackle this
crime is a
year.
major issue, and it's something that we have to come to some conclusion with. We've got to be able to affect some of these young people that are doing things that they really shouldn't do. And one of the most frightening things that you will find when you talk to some of these kids is that they don't have any hope. And we've got to be able to change that. We've got to let these young people know that there is a way, there is a path, there is an option other than doing stuff that they shouldn't do. And that I am holistically committed to doing that. And we've got to let them know that they can be successful. They can have opportunities. And you've got to let them know that so that crime never becomes an option that they look at.
And we talk about the crime in the city, but on the flip side, we can talk about the huge task that the NOPD has every Mardi Gras and executes it to near perfection.
Let me tell you, man.
Large-scale events take these guys over most in the U.S.
Not most, all. With all due respect to what happens in Times Square, they've got 1 million people in one condensed area. We've got a couple of million people spread out over miles. The New Orleans Police Department is the model for being able to manage crowds and make events successful like this. And look, we are very, very lucky to have them, and I cannot applaud them enough. And also, I want to give a shout out not just to these uniforms here, but to those uniforms that are stationed around the world that are making sure that we can do this. And we owe them, the Marines are coming now, and we owe them a great deal of debt, honor, and gratitude.
Well, J.H. Banks, thank you for spending time with us.
Happy Mardi Gras.
Same to you.
I'm going to turn it over to the Zulu counselor who is going to handle the heavy lifting today.
Mr. Kenya Rounds.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Kenya Rounds will take the headset in a moment and step in. Don't lose your glasses now, Jay. Come on. the day is young. This is the United States Marine Corps Band approaching Gallier Hall.
We have 6'10" Stompers, the ever-popular group, always gracing the city with their presence at every function, every event, and of course, appropriate that they are here with us during Mardi Gras, Fat Tuesday 2018. What a crowd. What a crowd.
I can't overemphasize how much this day turned on a dime, where it looked like it was going to be overcast and a little bit chilly for the duration of the day here, and it got sunny and warm in a hurry. Look at that view from above Kelly Brown's float, the mayor's float in Zulu. The crowd thick on both sides.
I was concerned I was going to be cold throughout the day, Scott, but you stayed positive for me all day. You said you're going to be fine, and sure enough.
I knew it was coming.
I think I'm ready to take my shawl off sometime this morning. For now, it's staying on, though. It's a little cold, but once the crowd gets dancing and moving, I'll move with them, and I'll be warm in a few minutes here.
And there is more to come. We've got a little bit of a gap here in Zulu, but when we come back, we'll have more Zulu. First, though, let's take a look at our You Local photos that you have contributed to our Fat Tuesday coverage. Let us know what you're doing today, who you're doing it with. Send us your pictures, youlocal@WDSU.com. You can also upload them to the WDSU app, our Facebook page, tweet them to us. Many different ways to show us how you're celebrating this Fat Tuesday. WDSU's coverage continues in a moment. back, everybody. WDSU's Carnival Central 2018 coverage. Zulu beginning to pass in front of Gallier Hall. We just had the mayor and police chief ride by on horseback a couple of minutes ago.
He's back. Do you see the mayor right there? He is back.
He made his quick turn. He stays on the horse for another block or so up to Poydras and St. Charles, and then doubles back, T-shirt clad, to climb into the grandstands with everybody else who's up there. Archbishop Amond among the dignitaries in the grandstands. Let's listen to the beat for a minute before we talk to Kenya, excuse me.
Okay.
Kenya Rounds from Zulu is here with us. Can't hear?
Yes, we see the mayor.
All right, we're going to get back to Kenya in a moment. As soon as he can establish contact with us, he can't hear us at the moment. So we'll get back to Kenya in just a moment as soon as we can chat with him.
In the meantime, check out Mayor Mitch Landrieu having a great time.
There he goes.
They're dancing.
I think Mayor Landrieu is going to lift this one up, maybe more than he ever has as mayor, because he knows this is the last ride. This is the grand finale.
Look at him go, fist bumping everybody and fist bumping folks out there in the crowd. This is quite a sight.
Shaking hands, kissing babies. All right, well, Kenya Rounds is now with us. Still having a difficult time hearing us, but we're going to try our best. We can hear you, I think.
Well, Scott, if you guys can hear me, I'll do my best at lip reading.
But we got you.
Sounds great.
Tell us about this environment, this scene, this atmosphere, and how it makes you feel every time you see this parade approaching on Tuesday.
Scott, I can only think of one word I think that sums this up best: enthusiasm and euphoria. This is a great time here in New Orleans. I think the people are here, the crowds are deep. The witch doctor, let me say first and foremost, we got to thank our witch doctor, Kevin Guidry.
Absolutely.
What more of a beautiful day can you have than today?
It's phenomenal.
We're excited. We're happy to be here. You see the crowds are thick. The Zulu president is walking by. You guys are here. I'm here. We're ready to have a great time.
And there's not a lot of room out here. And we're taking a look at a camera right now uptown that shows the throngs of people that are out here already, not to mention what's in front of us here at Gallier Hall. But this is going to be a thick shoulder-to-shoulder Fat Tuesday given this weather.
Scott, looking at this weather, it's been a pretty cloudy weekend. If people don't get out here now, get out here early, you're going to miss out on a great time. I think the crowds have shown up. New Orleans is in full effect, and we're ready to have a great time. We're going to party with Zulu.
Party with a purpose. Talk a little bit about the contributions that Zulu has made to the community, but also just on a national scale, the importance of Zulu to the community.
Wow, where did I begin? I think Zulu has really stood in the forefront of the community and just standing up and making a difference. I think we participate in a lot of programs that assist the community and being great, being a community that we always expected it to be. We host the Junior Zulu program where we mentor young men. We have the Zulu Maids where we offer scholarships to young ladies to get into college. We also have the Toys for Tots giveaway where we give away over 2,000 bikes and other goodies during Christmas time. We're constantly working within the community doing our part to make sure that our community can be better every day.
And so when these young men that you mentor, look at the Zulu King, how do you think that inspires them to someday dream of being part of the Zulu society and also being king someday? I mean, it's a dream come true for these folks.
It's totally a dream come true. I think these guys are able to look at men, 500 men that look like them, have similar like experiences as them, as well as some of the same type of upbringings or backgrounds. So it gives them the hope and the vision and the dream that they can accomplish these same things. So I think with a sense of accomplishment, a sense of will, and a sense of drive, these kids see that they can be anything they want to be. And I think that's our job as men in the community, to put that light out there, that forefront, and show people that come behind us the difference that they can make.
What else is part of the job as members of Zulu? What else is part of what you all do on a yearly and daily basis?
Well, first of all, we take members of good moral character, and what we do within the community, we're not just a party organization. I know everybody sees us on Mardi Gras Day and think, hey, these guys are having a great time, they're full of a few libations, and they're just parties, but we really do a lot year-round. I think we're able to come into the communities and really instill a sense of discipline, a sense of pride, and a sense of honor within our community to really uplift the community and make a difference for our neighborhoods as well as others.
Hard work, you know, emphasizing, I read that article about Zulu King for 2018, Brent Washington, and how hard work and work ethic was really important in his life. So when you're running to be Zulu King, what do you guys look for? You guys are electing him, so what do you look for?
Well, first of all, we look for a guy that we feel that relates to the membership. We want him to be able to be, we pride ourselves on being an everyman's club. We take members from all walks of life. I usually like to refer to this from Harvard, Yale, or jail. You know, we take members that wants to be a part and wants to contribute. So we look for people that you have that like personality with, someone that can uplift the organization, someone that can represent us and make us proud. And I think Brent Washington was a perfect choice this year. He's been a guy that's been dedicated to the organization. He's worked with our finance department for a number of years. He's served as our board of directors members for several years, and he's really worked his way up the ranks. And I don't see many members in the club that would be more deserving than Brent. So I would like to say for myself, hail Zulu, hail Brent Washington. He's very deserving, and he's been a great king for us this year.
So someone with a heart and a passion for philanthropy and serving the public.
Correct, he does. He does a great job with him. We're proud of him. Him and his lovely wife, his Clean Select, they're great. I think they've represented us in a manner that we deserve to be represented, and we look forward to them contributing to the organization in the future.
It seems like some of the members of Zulu here are hailing Mitch Landrieu as well, as he is mixing it up with the crowd, dancing with anybody who'll have him, and in soaking up these moments at the beginning of his final Mardi Gras.
And you're right about that. The mayor has definitely been a friend to Zulu. He's participated, he's been present. He hasn't just been a figurehead, but he's really been down in the trenches with us on every issue we've had, and a lot of times just to have fun. Believe it or not, the mayor spends a little bit of time visiting Zulu and just having a good time with us.
And he's having a good time today, that's for sure. He's hard to spot in the crowd at moments, but he's in a blue shirt and some dark jeans, a blue t-shirt and dark jeans, and he's popping out here and there, enjoying himself.
And he has on shades, Scott, so I tell you the weather's great.
And the Ray-Bans. You need your sunglasses.
Whoa. There you go. Eye contact. Someone made eye contact to catch a coconut. Scott Walker just caught a coconut, folks.
All right.
You got to keep your eyes open. Got to keep your eyes peeled.
Well, actually, Scott, those coconuts were handed back. They were handed back.
It was a long arm extension.
It was a hand back through the crowd.
Right. We're good. We're good.
Oh, Kenya, they want to throw one to you.
No. They can't throw one to me. They got to hand it back. We'll put it down the aisle. They can't throw it back.
If you can just check out Mayor Mitch Landrieu. He is omnipresent today. Everywhere you look, it's the mayor with the crowd.
And you guys will notice one of the tramps out there is Dr. Corey Hebert.
Yeah, what's up, Corey?
Oh, there he is.
You can't miss Corey.
And look at it, Scott. Look at the beauty and the majesty of it all. These guys out having a great time. They look beautiful. They feel great. The dancing. I mean, what about this revelry and this celebration? What can you say
There's
about
nothing like it.
Nowhere else. You can't see this anywhere else in America except for New Orleans. This is the only place where you can see something this awesome.
Today, everybody's at work.
Yeah, that's right. It's up for us. Talk about these costumes. Can you a little bit and share with us how long it takes to make these costumes?
Well, if you look at the tapestry and the artistry of a lot of these costumes, these guys actually start day after Mardi Gras. It kind of rivals the New Orleans Indian culture in a way, and I won't say it's that extensive, but what they do the day after Mardi Gras, they start sewing and building and working on their costumes, coming up with design plans.
The day after Mardi Gras, like starting tomorrow?
Starting tomorrow.
Wow.
And they really put a lot of work into it and really put thought into these costumes because they want to present themselves, and it's kind of a competition.
It's original because each one is very original.
It's a competition. You know, they want to outdo each other. They want to be the prettiest out there. They want to take the most pictures on a route. So when you see them, make sure you take pictures with them and tell them how beautiful their outfits are.
We're talking about how there's nowhere else in the world like this on this day. But you know, and I know this, there are a lot of people in other places who are at their computers right now, watching us online, and just wishing they were here and not behind a desk at work right now, wishing they were part of this celebration in New Orleans in 2018.
So how jealous should they be, Scott?
Very. I think so, especially on a day like this. Some years I might have said, maybe you don't need to be that jealous of us today because it's been rainy, it's been windy, it's been nasty, the crowds haven't been great. This year, though, this is shaping up to be perfection at this point. I don't want to jinx anything, but it's mild, it's sunny, beautiful.
It's shaping up to be a special year. I feel the energy. I feel the excitement. If you look at the crowds, I can tell we're on our way to one of those epic years.
Well, that excitement's going to continue, but we have to take a quick break. So we're going to do that right here on WDSU's Carnival Central 2018 coverage. Don't go away. We're coming right back.
Welcome back to Mardi Gras 2018 here on WDSU. You are looking at a live look at Gallier Hall, and we are listening to Southern University's marching band.
The Southern University Marching Band. A rousing performance in front of Gallier Hall.
Scott, we just witnessed the baddest band in the land. Southern University.
That was pretty solid.
And Kenya, you and I were talking about how this year Zulu King, he was a drumline section leader for Southern University.
Zulu King 2018. Brent D. Washington is a Southern University alumnus, and he was actually the section leader of this very band, and we were watching. So let me share a little bit about a section leader with you at Southern University. To become a section leader at Southern University, you have to be the best drummer on the campus. They literally hold challenges, open challenges, where all of the students come out and you pick on who y'all think the best player is.
So the students get to pick you.
The students get to pick.
That's pressure.
So you have to be pretty dynamic, and I think Mr. Washington stood up to the challenge.
There it is.
And as we speak, King Zulu 2018, Brent D. Washington.
Brent D. Washington.
The King of Zulu is approaching Gallier Hall. Thank you. Hail Zulu!
Hail Zulu!
Your Royal Highness, the people of New Orleans lift a glass to you on this, our 300th anniversary. You could not have a better time to reign. Zulu has been an integral part of the city of New Orleans forever. The Soldier Lane Pleasure Cup has been a really important part of keeping our community together. You value diversity, you value richness, you value our whole and entire history. And because of that, me and the other council members that are with us today, along with the First Lady, the Archbishop, and by the way, the rest of the world, raise a glass and say, Hail Zulu!
Hail Zulu!
You look great. And we give you this key to the city as a token of our appreciation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It's been an honor and a pleasure for this day for me to represent the city of New Orleans, and I promise you, I will put it back in the same hands that you gave it to me today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. The beautiful day. Hail Zulu!
Hail.